Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding it. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this will be for the week of April 29th to May 5th, 2024. We're going to be pulling 9 cards, 3 rows of 3 from the Good Tarot. So let's dive into it and hopefully get some specifics about this week ahead. First card out is Fortune's Wheel in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, Leo. There's going to be some very unexpected changes of circumstances this week, or this has been happening for you. This is the first card, and usually the first card does represent like sudden, unpredictable things that happened in the past, but it is sudden, unpredictable things that may have happened recently for you. And I don't know why I'm seeing for some of you, this could have been a recent death or illness. It's not something I'm predicting for this week ahead. I don't predict things like that. This would have already happened for you if it resonates. And so you may have been dealing with that, finishing out chapters there, like helping clean out somebody's stuff or taking care of them in the hospital or at their home. Funeral arrangements. You may have been dealing with things like that already, okay? Not predicting it for this week ahead. It feels like something unexpected though, like maybe for some of you, you get an unexpected like leak in your house that you have to fix, or you puncture a tire and you have to get it fixed. And this is coming out as the first card. So like I said, this would have probably already happened in the past few days, at most weeks, okay? And you're just kind of like finishing that stuff up. And I know it's frustrating, but I always look on the bright side that when things like this happen, it is an almost like guaranteed win that positive things are about to happen for you. So, because, those scales of karma and balance have to balance out. We have the Messenger of Earth coming out in reverse right next to that. Yeah, some of you may have had to take out some time away from work so you didn't get money, or you literally had to spend a bit of money for whatever this thing was, like if it was a sudden like issue with your car. I mean, we are coming out of Mercury retrograde, so I'm not surprised if this happened to you recently. So financial recovery could be a thing here, or recovery of health. For some of you, you may have been sick out of the blue and, during a time that you just had a lot going on or wanted to get a lot done. So I am seeing that recovery is a big theme here. All right, we have the Five of Water in reverse, overcoming, grieving, issues, missing someone, that initial sadness of having to let someone go, whether it's like you had to cut someone off or someone passed away or someone moved. I feel like you are starting to like look on the bright side a little bit more, just focus on this new life that is here for you, focus on the present moment. So that's actually pretty positive. I like that. Second row of cards out. All right, we had 3 cards pop out. And they all came out in a row, so perfect. Fourth card is Transformation. Wow, this is literally that death card coming out right underneath Fortune's Wheel in reverse. Again, not a predictor of death. This is actually showing like whatever it is that unexpectedly happened, that it feels like something broke or something broke down or something had to leave or end, And Spirit is saying like, whether or not you can see it, it's for the highest good. Like it was time to go. If it would have just kept on ticking how it was, it would have caused a lot bigger issues for you. So while you may be frustrated that this is happening, this is actually like in a weird way divinely timed, and it's like good that it's happening now, because maybe you had the time, the money, whatever, to focus on it now, whereas later down the road you may be way more busy and it would have been way more of like a problem for you, or for the person or thing that has like ended. I don't know. But this is definitely confirmation again that very positive things are on the way for you, and you can definitely expect some loving experiences and blessings and prosperity in the future. Center of your spread is the Hierophant in reverse, being your own guru. I don't know why I'm getting a message of some of you may be leaving a religious background, extremely random, or you may be having a friend who's doing that, or I'm seeing things like quitting therapy or like getting rid of a certain teacher that you may have had, or thought system that you had. You're like leaving it, you're walking away, and you're doing your own thing. You're becoming your own spiritual guru. This is something that has a lot of tradition, a lot of it's socially acceptable to be a part of this thing. Like, it's socially acceptable to go to therapy every week. It's socially acceptable to be a part of a greater religion with a long tradition. However, there was something about it that did not resonate with you, okay? There's something about it that did not support you in the way that you needed it to support you. And I'm seeing you going your own way and finding your own beliefs, your own spirituality, and also doing your own thing. The Hierophant in reverse really speaks of being your own leader and figuring out how this world works on your own and having your own special spiritual connection with the divine, with your intuition. The Hierophant in older forms of the tarot was actually the Pope. And so whenever we see like the Pope in reverse, to me it kind of speaks to this message of you don't need someone else to speak to God or to speak to the universe. Like, you can do this yourself. You know, you don't need someone else to give you advice in life, generally, not even just talking about religion. You can follow your own advice. You can follow your own intuition. And so when the Hierophant comes out in reverse, it's actually saying this is definitely a time to listen to your own intuition and what feels right to you, because that is the piece of advice, that is the intuition that will bring you the most prosperity and success at this time. And in fact, sometimes when the Hierophant comes out in reverse, there could be people in your life who are actively leading you astray and who are not good gurus or leaders. So it's important to be extremely discerning and see how you feel when interacting with certain teachers or leaders, even if it's like authors or YouTubers. How do you feel when you're receiving that information? If it's not resonant with you, then go with your own intuition. I say that in every reading, like, take what resonates, leave anything that doesn't, because this is a group reading. But this could even talk about friends who give you advice and you might not necessarily want to follow their advice because they may not know what they're talking about. And oftentimes, not oftentimes, but sometimes we can have friends or people in our lives who are jealous of us and actively project their own insecurities into the advice that they give us. I had a best friend one time who like, after months of me getting into a brand new relationship, this was literally the healthiest relationship I've ever been in my life at that point. And I had a best friend who constantly would plant these like negative seeds in my mind, like, oh, well, he's probably cheating, he's probably doing this, he's probably doing that, because she was deeply insecure about her status as a single woman, which is super dumb because being single is awesome. And I had to be discerning within myself to recognize, oh, that's what's happening here, and create some distance from that person. And once I created distance from that person, I realized I'm not insecure at all. Like, I was deeply insecure about my relationship up until that point. When I distanced myself from that person, I'm like, oh, these aren't my insecurities. These are her insecurities. Like, this isn't my intuition saying, hey, watch out for this guy, he has red flags. Like, no, that is her insecurities that were projected on me. So it's going to be very important for you to discern what is yours and what is not yours. This same exact message came out for, I believe, Pisces. And so it's just so important. Like, take some time to yourself for sure if you can this week. Next, we have the 9 of Water. Beautiful card of taking time to yourself and also just finding happiness within yourself, within your own life. I'm definitely seeing there was a separation or some sort of distancing between you and someone you might have been very close to, and that could have caused like a grieving process to happen. However the separation happened, whether it was someone passing away or like a friend moving, or like we said, like just not getting along with someone, ending the connection, whatever. There was a grieving process that you're getting over, and now you're starting to actually enjoy your own time alone, and you're hearing your intuition clearer than you ever have before. So your psychic abilities are on point. I wouldn't be surprised if the High Priestess came out in your reading, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. We're gonna get 3 more cards, and we have the 8 of Earth coming out. Yeah. Focusing on your own hobbies, your own crafts, the things that you're wanting to grow in life, It's interesting. Sometimes when we separate or we have distance from someone who took up so much of our time and our energy, we start to reconnect back with ourselves and remember who we are as an individual. And while it's a sad process sometimes to let someone go, it can be equally fulfilling because we're able to sort of see who we are without this person, especially if it's a person that you've been with for so long, whether it's friend, romantic, etc. Who am I without this person in my life? You know, different people bring out different personalities within us. You're an extremely multifaceted person with thousands of lifetimes of experiences and empathy and everything. So it's like every different person you interact with brings out a different side of you. And equally so, every time someone leaves our lives, there is a reconnection with who we are without that person. So I'm seeing that story take place here, and you may find yourself actually kind of enjoying the fact that you have more time to yourself to focus on your own personal hobbies, dreams, and goals, and growing certain things. I'm seeing a lot of learning coming in as well. We have the Page of Earth coming out in reverse. Whoever this person is, they could have been an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because that keeps coming out. It doesn't even have to be a person. For some of you, you could have left your job or like left something that, again, took a lot of time, energy, and effort out of you. Fascinating. I don't know why I'm seeing something with children. Maybe some of you, your children are getting into daycare or starting school, and it's like, I have all this time again. What do I do with it? And it's actually kind of nice. You know, maybe at first you're feeling sad because you're like, but then I'm not going to be able to do this, that, whatever. And then it's like, well, actually, I have all this time. Like, what can I do at this time? Interesting. All right, let's see what else happens. Let's see what else comes out. Final card. The term letting go of control issues came to my mind. You know, letting someone leave the nest, letting someone, trusting that other people can operate fully functionally without your influence. Some of you guys might have minor control issues that you don't even realize sometimes. Yeah. Oh, actually, 2 cards came out. 3 of Air and Justice. 3 of Air shows an ending. Yeah, and it's coming out in the same row as the 5 of Cups reverse, which is also a sign of ending. And the Death card, Fortune's Wheel reverse. There's something coming to a close here for sure. And yes, it's heartbreaking, but it's definitely time with Justice coming out. A lot of good will come from this. I don't know why I'm seeing this energy of like, they'll be fine without me. Like, they'll be fine without me and I'll be fine without them. And having this separate time will allow us to grow other aspects of our personalities. You know, it'll allow us to grow in different ways. And if we ever do meet again, we'll be even more multifaceted, even more expansive, and there will be more parts of us to share with the other person and enjoy with the other person. You know, separation is really just an illusion because we're all one. And sometimes this illusion of separation is necessary in order to continuously expand because we're all a part of this universe. We're all experiencing the Big Bang. We're all expanding within ourselves. And I don't know. I feel like separation, what is that saying? Separation flames the fire within healthy relationships and blows out the flame of unhealthy relationships. I totally butchered that. Like, I totally butchered that saying, but you get the point. It's like, if this is truly something that's meant to come back together, if it's truly a soulmate, fated thing that's meant to come back together, whatever is ending, like, you'll come back together stronger than ever because you were given this time to separate and expand upon yourselves individually. And if you're not meant to come back together, then this is just a good thing, period. So I hope that makes sense. This is a week about self-discovery, finding yourself again, finding yourself without someone or something again. So it's just amazing. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead because there's certainly more to it than this. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.